What's up? Welcome back to another episode of Three the Hard Way. Got a full house in the building today. My boy Devin back to the right of me. My Chef West, y'all know at the bottom of the map, and Al next to him. We're gonna preview this Titans game tomorrow. It's finally here. We've been waiting for these live bullets to actually come and start flying. So we're gonna break down the Tennessee Titans, look at some of the Chicago Bears matchups, and basically see how we stack up against them for this game tomorrow at noon. All of that and a lot more right after this.
You seem to focus on what they didn't have. I focused on what they. No, you said 4 was not enough.
It
So
was
you
not
focused
enough.
on what they did not have.
Okay, let's stop with the antics and let's talk about football now. Okay.
And then on top of that, I'm gonna tell y'all who we gonna take and why we gonna
Okay.
take.
All right.
We're taking a wide receiver, fellas. Let me tell you about Mr. Rome Adumze.
And right out the gate, we do got some Jordan Love injury update just hit my phone. This is news. It ain't the Bears, but this is huge news. Apparently, Jordan Love avoided season-ending injury. It was a sprained MCL, so I'm sure he might he might miss a game or two. Sprained MCL. I mean, shit. What's his name? Russell Wilson looked like he about to miss with a tight calf, right?
Yeah, I thought I'd heard that too. That there was discussion over who they could possibly be starting out in Pittsburgh.
I heard that it's more likely it's going to be JF too. More than
Starting.
likely,
Right, starting. So and
more like high probability. Like,
yep, they said 24-year-old. This is from Ian Rappaport. He said the 24-year-old avoided season-ending injury, but is expected to miss some time. That's crazy, especially given how their backup quarterback situation was looking. They had to trade for Malik Willis. That was the whole talk of their whole training camp. Because you remember Jordan Love didn't even start the season or start the training camp because he was like holding out with that contract. And then like they cut both of his backups and then signed or traded for Malik Willis. So that's some news right at the top of the show. I thought I'd put that out there. That literally just hit my phone. So, but look, let's talk about the Tennessee Titans game tomorrow, noon kickoff. The Chicago Bears hosting the Tennessee Titans. Will Levis, we gonna start it off like this. One thing you're confident in this in Bears offense or defense. One thing you're confident in going into this game. I'll start it off. Coaching. Maybe it's because I've seen. Honestly, after seeing what we saw, 2 games, 4 teams play. After seeing the coaching, the play calling, I'm excited to see what Shane Waldron got. I'm confident too. I'm not just excited. I'm confident that he gonna be able to just draw it up. First of all, I respect Matt LaFleur. I really wish we had something like that in the past, like when Justin was here. But hopefully Shane Waldron can be that for us today because Matt LaFleur was drawing that shit up. I know y'all seen it, getting matchups, motions, moving dudes. I'm confident Shane Waldron going to be doing the same thing we saw it from Andy Reid, the same thing we saw from Harbaugh, and the same thing we saw from LaFleur. So that's one thing I'm confident going into this game tomorrow. What's something y'all confident in going into this game?
Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, fight for the mic.
You go ahead. You've been gone for a while, Devin. Go ahead.
go right ahead. We got to let Devin take off. Let Devin take off.
So the thing that I'm confident about is honestly our coverage for our secondary. Like the way that Jalen Johnson has approached this season, a lot of people were kind of wondering how it was going to be, whether he was going to kind of come in after securing his big contract, like come in and like just kind of like relax, chill, do whatever. But he seems to like be going out there as if he still like is feeling like he has doubters out there and stuff. And to be fair, he does, because they clearly, like, he didn't get voted into the top 100, and even he was talking about how that was pretty messed up. And so he still has that drive, and he does seem to still have just this kind of mentality of like, I still need to go out there and prove myself. It don't matter that he got this contract. He had a great season. He got to the Pro Bowl, the All-Pro team that he made or whatever, like All-Pro defense or whatever. Like, that wasn't enough for him. He still feels like he needs to go out there and prove more. And I'm confident that that's how he's going to do it. Like, I really enjoyed when I saw him in the clip in Hard Knocks when he was working with Rome, and he was kind of going through like saying, okay, this is the difference between like youth and experience. Like youth, and there were things that he was seeing, like Rome beat him a couple times on his routes, and he was trying to look at, okay, what are things that I can do when I'm matched up against, say, somebody that's a lot younger that has a bit more speed because he's younger and he can keep going and stuff like that. Like, this is the type of mentality that I like to see from the players that pretty much are leaders of our team. Like, he's out there, he's still working his ass off. And I feel confident going into this game that he is going to do everything in his power to make sure that whoever he's covering doesn't get the ball and probably walks away with a few interceptions. Because I know that we all saw a few last year that he could have taken to the house if he had just gotten his hands on. And I'm thinking that those are the things that he remembers more than the actual interceptions.
And just to piggyback off what I've been hearing a lot of like that same rhetoric coming from Bears beat reporters who've been watching practice day in and day out. He look hungry. He don't look like he complacent at all. He want more. I think he was second team All Pro. He want to be first team All Pro. You know what I mean? And like you said, that Bears 100 surveyor list or whatever, that pissed him off. That
the NFL 100.
Yeah, the NFL 100. I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's me. I feel like he shouldn't have been pissed off. You know what I mean? Like you just got a bag. I get it that it, like your peers ain't, they not, they not voting for you. So that could rub you the wrong way. But you were like in a lot of different categories. You was like one of the top corners last year. So I don't know. I just felt like
and so like I mean I get his like being upset, and I'm glad he's upset because it's pushing him. But like I kind of get what you're saying, that like, but it's like at this point you don't see that he's ever going to get rid of that chip. Then if he was the top in his position in a lot of statistics, and he still feels like he's not being appreciated, that just makes you think that he's never going to get to that point where he's going to kind of like relax, because he feels like, okay, I've earned everybody's respect and stuff. Like he'll just keep pushing himself, it sounds like, which I'm okay with.
The opposite of Eddie Jackson.
That's who I was going to bring up earlier.
Yep.
I was thinking about like everybody was wondering if he was going to pull an Eddie Jackson and just kind of like, after he secured this big contract, just kind of like fade away. And it doesn't, at least from what I've noticed and what I've seen, it doesn't feel like that's going to be how things go for him.
What's one thing you confident going into this game? Confident about going into this game?
I'm confident about the offense as a whole, pushing the ball. I looked at the roster of our Tennessee defense. I'm not even like, I don't see nothing that I'm really worried about.
Really?
Defensively, they have one corner and maybe a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing that's like stand out on paper that's like we can't push them around. We got way more athletic firepower on offense than I think they do defensively. I think that matchup is we can win those matchups, even if they do have a one corner that maybe give one of our receivers a little run for their money. We got more. Who else going?
You talking Snead, right?
Yeah, I'm talking L'Jarius Snead.
Mm-hmm.
The only person I see that got a name that can potentially hold his own. Good thing we got 3 receivers and we got Cole Kmet. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring him in there. We got Kmet.
And we also got Swift out the backfield. I mean that
we do. We got a lot, man.
You're right.
I don't see nothing. Key, the linebacker, he's another name. I think he's solid. He's solid. But other than that, bro, I think our offense is gonna eat.
They got. I mean, I should have led with this. I should have said the injury report. But Jamal Adams, they got him. He's out. We all know him, but he's not playing. Quandre Diggs, a little older, a vet. You know, he's out there. Chidobe Awuzie, he's out there too. A younger corner. Forgot where he was last year. He's a new addition to them. I'm just Ridley, Pollard, Snead. Oh damn, they did draft JC Latham, didn't they?
Yep. I remember that just yesterday. I was like,
that's
right.
Yeah, left tackle. He good.
Didn't they also get Tavondre Sweat?
Tavondre Sweat. Yep.
He wasn't he from Texas?
Al.
I'm not sure, but I can't quote you.
I think he was. I think he was.
Yep. Texas.
Like he was a guy I think I was looking at in one of the mock drafts, but I mean, again, that's a rookie on their in a prominent position on their defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, he's still going to be a little raw, and that might be a bonus for us in that area.
He's going up against Coleman, right? Nose tackle.
I think that's what he is.
Yeah, he's a D tackle. I don't know if he'll be because they run a 3-4. They run what we ran when we had Khalil Mack and them boys. Yeah. But we got to remember. Before we keep going into their roster, Wes, I'm gonna just let you get yours out real quick.
Sorry, Wes.
What are you confident in going into this Titans game?
You know what? I'm gonna place my confidence in our defensive line. I think this is one of those games where they actually can shine. Where those guys that we've been talking about. I expect to see Austin Booker in the backfield finally getting some pressures on some guys. I think this, like you said, they got JC Latham and all that, but a lot of those guys is rookies. A lot of those guys is new. I don't see them being formidable in any kind of way. I don't see any of them stopping Montez Sweat, even though he's kind of, gingerly he's going to be out there. We probably won't get 100% for him, but, I think 80% Montez Sweat against this offensive line is 100% success. And I think, Daniel Hart, I think those guys, the rotation of that defensive line, this would be the game where they should shine. Just like we said, this would be a game that the Bears should, flex a little bit. I think this be that game that I put my confidence in that defensive line and getting to that quarterback. He ain't the best quarterback, so I think we got a chance to exploit that and kind of have that trickle down effect. And especially with like what Devin said, with that secondary out there covering, making him go through all of his reads, that get that defensive line a little bit more time to get to that quarterback. And also with their run game, I mean, they got some notable names in their run game, but I think our defensive line can put a little stop to that. I mean, they were we can get into the numbers. There was a heavy run team, but that was with King Henry, and King Henry ain't in Camelot no more.
That's true.
He's in a different kingdom, so I think they're gonna be lacking on that, and they're gonna put a lot of that on. I forgot my man. I think it's Spears was there, Pollard, Pollard, who has been a good, running back in the league, but coming in, like we said, coming into a new system, behind a new line, there's always going to be some, ups and downs and some bumps. So, like I said, I think our defensive line, I give it to our defensive line. I don't want to, piggyback off nobody else, but yeah, that's what I'll go with if I had to pick, one that hasn't been spoken on so far.
So you mentioned Pollard, and sure you got the numbers there. 252 carries last season for Pollard. This is in Dallas, of course.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to take that lead back role from Ezekiel Elliott. That obviously didn't work out too well. 252 carries, 1,000 yards, 1,005 to be exact, and 6 touchdowns. Pollard got some speed. He's explosive. Definitely a different type of running game they're gonna deploy than when they had big boy King Henry there. So but I mean, I don't know. And later when we get to some of the keys to success, I'm a touch on that a little bit more. Will Levis, let's talk about the quarterback then. He was 58% completion percentage last season. Not great. But he did not play. He only played 9 games. Who was there? Who was starting before he took over?
Wasn't he the guy that just got picked up by Green Bay?
No,
that's not.
That's who was starting. Malik Willis.
Yeah, wasn't Malik Willis down there? Or
he was there, but was he starting over Will? Or was it Tannehill?
I think it was. I thought it was Tannehill. I could have.
Okay,
I'm trying to double check. I think it was Tannehill.
I don't remember. I didn't pay attention to the Titans a whole lot last year.
I know. It was one of them dudes.
I don't think it was Willis. Not with the way he played. That last 5 seconds. Like,
look. Well, anyway, in 9 games, Will Levis 1,800 yards, 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That's not a big sample, 9 games, but it's enough. I feel like he should have thrown more interceptions. He only threw 4. I saw fucking Tyson Bagent do that in 1 game, damn near, against the Saints. So I don't know.
At the same time, it could be who he was playing against in those 9 games. I mean, like you said, that small sample size, it really does affect. Like, okay, was he playing in games that were not against a very good secondary?
Right.
If you're playing against a weaker secondary, you don't throw as many interceptions. Or if you're like we've noticed with our defensive line, if you're playing against a weak defensive line and you have all day to throw, you don't throw as many interceptions. So, like it's tough to really get a good feel for it when it's a smaller sample size than like a full season.
I mean, in 9 games he got sacked. I got him getting sacked 28 times. So you can't throw interceptions if you're getting sacked 28 times in 9 games.
You got a good point there, Wes.
28 times.
28 times. I got him right here. 9 games. Yeah, you said 58% complete, 1,800 yards, 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 28 sacks.
That's crazy.
In 9 games.
Wow.
So I would like to double down. I would like to double down on who I think on my last statement of I think our defensive line should definitely have a decent game today. I
can see why they went with JC Latham.
Yeah, definitely.
When they went in the draft, they're like, we need to get some offensive line help, but
yeah.
I think that's interesting about JC Latham. He played right tackle in college, and
now they have him lining up at left.
They're moving him to left tackle, kind of like what we did with Tevin Jenkins, except now he's at guard. But Tevin was a right tackle in college, and then Nagy wanted to move
but
him
like
to left.
I think even Darnell Wright, I think at one point he played left tackle or left.
Yeah, Darnell. Yep, he played left.
Yeah, he played left.
He played left tackle.
In college, I think he switched to left, and then like he played right, and then he switched to left, and then when we drafted him, we put him back at right. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, because his best season, I think so. When Darnell Wright was a senior, his senior year, he switched, and that's when he popped off the page at where the fuck did Darnell Wright go? Was it Tennessee? Yeah, Tennessee. Yeah, he popped off the page. Yeah, his senior year, he popped off the page. So at right tackle, so that's where they took him. He struggled a little bit. He was mediocre at left tackle. But let's look at some of these numbers and see. Now, look, the rosters are not the same. I mean, we just talked about
that's fair. That's
a couple guys that the Titans brought in, and obviously we have a new quarterback. So when we get to the offensive portion of this, that ain't gonna be the same. We don't have so, but this look, you can see. I won't go through each number. I'll keep it up there though, but you can see. I mean, Wes, I don't. Wes, you said you gonna stick with that D line. I know you see that sack number. That sack number on that left side is not the greatest. I'm hoping that has no factor in this game, because if it does, Will Levis might look halfway decent. Y'all see it? What's up?
No, I would say we going off Will Levis's 9 games. Let's go off the second half of that Bears defense. And those sacks, most of those sacks came in the second half. A lot of, So, I mean, I'm looking at it. They had 64 total sacks. 64 total. Because Will Levis had 28 and Tannehill had 32. So, I mean, that's their whole entire season, So,
that's fair.
I mean, just saying. I just want to throw that out there. Like I said, I mean, we saw what this defense could do in the second half of that season. If, like I said, if everybody want to give people credit for half seasons and pay Jordan Love a lot of money and talk about people half season and say Quentin Richardson in Indiana, we don't know after 6 games, and they want to give these people these pieces and pick certain amount of games. Let's not condemn the Bears defense for their whole season either. Because the beginning of the season, they secondary was injured. They didn't have a good pass rusher. Second half of the season, they look like a top 10 defense, top 5 even. That's who we get now. So I know that whole entire number don't accumulate for who we have right now and what we're going to do, in the future, given, those guys down there. Because I see Montez Sweat is in that picture. He ain't responsible for that 31st.
That's a good point, though, because it also, look, like you said, their quarterbacks were sacked 64 times. That's towards the bottom of the league at 28th. And our defense got 30 sacks. That's at the bottom of the league, 31st. So they go hand in hand. They suck at protecting the quarterback. We suck at getting to the quarterback. Hopefully they suck more in this game. Pistol Grip. Who is this? Pistol Grip said different line and Bill Callahan is O-line. Titans 28. Cubs 13.
Cubs?
Wow.
Who is he talking about? Who is referring to?
So happy you came in here, Mr. Pistol Grip, with no aim. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. If we do lose, it's gonna be like 17-20 type thing. Not even 14-17. They ain't putting up 28 points. I don't see that
at all.
But appreciate you jumping in the chat though, Pistol Grip. Yeah. That's a crazy.
We enjoy all comments, even the dumb ones.
So look at our rush yards though. We first in rushing 86.4. So I mean,
I wanted to get to that too. That's a good point, Al. That's in the entire league. That's the entire season. A lot is made on the Bears sack numbers and pass rush win rate. Yeah. But look at that. That's like Akeem Hicks in the middle of that defense. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people aren't going to even like if I told you the Bears without looking at this number, if I told you the Bears were first in rush yards giving up, I don't think many Bears fans would even believe that.
Nah, I mean I knew that, but they were talking about it towards the end of the year.
Yeah, we know. He said I'm banging on y'all. Cubs is a Bear. This obviously we know that.
We're
got him.
AC
Go ahead,
back. Come on. No, I would say we're not the stupid ones, guy. You are. It's okay though. We get it. Ha. It was cute.
What's up, AC? He back in the chat. Get on him. Hey, AC, get on him all show long, the entire show. Get on him. Let's keep going though. Any number, any other numbers from this graphic stand out? Whether it's our defense or their offense, they got a lot of like 29th, 17.
They a lot. They further on the other side of the spectrum. If we look at all 30, 16 is the mean, like the median line. They way on the other side of a lot of different things. I mean, 17th average rush
except
yard.
for the
Wow.
average rush yards, which we all know that number is not going to be the same because Derrick Henry.
They don't have Derrick Henry. That's what I'm saying. So like,
everything else is well below. And
I mean, third down keys. I mean, keys on the sacks, third down percentage, y'all 28th and third down percentage. Like that's big. Like, points. You talking about they're gonna score 28, buddy? That's 27th with barely 18 passing yards. I mean, 29th. Yeah, that's your offense of 29th against our secondary. Yeah, you talking about our defense gonna have 14. Like, you want me to run down this real quick? Look at you 17th, but we first. You 17th, but we first. I mean, buddy. Sorry.
People
like I
still
said,
doing the Caleb Williams nail dress stuff. That shit. Oh, this played out to me. Like
it is just. I don't know, man. They ain't got nothing else best.
Yeah, this guy he bored today. Pistol grip, very, very bored, man. I don't
go
know
get some facts, man. What up, Pose? Like I said, man, go get some facts, dude. That's cute. You tried. It's all right. Like I said, but thank you. Subscribe. Hit the like button.
So what do y'all think about this? And because we can move on from the Bears defense versus their offense. I think we all can kind of see where this is going with those low bottom of the league numbers for their offense. Now, I don't know if DeAndre Hopkins gonna play or not. I don't know if I know he's questionable.
Yeah,
my guess is if anybody's listed as questionable, they're probably gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
It's the doubtful unless that kind of gets like that whole like game time decision or something. But like, I feel like questionable is like if there's a mild thing that somebody has, they just list them as questionable, so the other teams can't game plan for him as much, or they kind of have to do 2 game plans on if he is or isn't playing. So like kind of like how we have like with Sweat, and I think there were a few other people that were questionable, like Keenan Allen, but like chances are they'll probably still play. But then we have like Zach Pickens, who's already been ruled out.
Yeah, he ain't gonna play. The Zach Pickens injury is one of the reasons we traded for that D tackle, Chris Williams, right? I think it's Chris Williams.
Chris Williams.
Yeah, his injury is one of the reasons we had to bring in another dude. So yeah, Zach definitely is out. What y'all think about this? What's up, Wes? Go ahead before
I don't know. I was going to get us back to where we was at. Just thinking about the graphic, looking at it, the thing that they did better, or the thing that they were good at, the thing they had hopes of, that offensive line, that run game, they don't have that no more. You don't have that. You don't have that no more, and that was y'all best bet. And obviously the graphics show that wasn't even good for y'all anyway, because we was first, and y'all really probably was going to struggle doing that anyway. So like I said, look at the sacks. I mean, our secondary, and y'all terrible on third down, so y'all not even gonna be on the field. So I don't see how y'all gonna score a lot of points if y'all 33% of the time you making it. Now come on, dude. Like, I don't see y'all scoring a lot of points. Who's the punter? Where's the punter? Who's the Titans punter? Because he's gonna see a lot of the field according to this.
Pistol grip, that's the punter.
Yeah, maybe it is him. Maybe it is him. But yeah, like I said, I like it. I like our defense against this offense. Just giving a graphic, just giving what I know we improved on. And like I said, your offensive line might improve, so that those sacks might go down to 59. Congratulations, JC Latham. That's what all you getting out of that. Other than that rushing's gonna drop down to 21st, so everything will be 20 something on their side by the end of this season. So yeah, it's fine. I'm just saying I don't see where he got that from, but like I said, I think the Bears defense is going to be really good. It's going to look really, really good today or tomorrow.
Yeah. So I think we all picked this game as a dub for the Bears, right? Everybody picked it. What y'all think of this then? The last time a first overall pick won their debut was 2002. And that was Derek Carr. Not Derek Carr. That was David Carr. My bad. I'm about to list some QBs that lost their debut. Now, look, obviously, a lot of these quarterbacks are not they did not come into the situation Caleb Williams came into. You know what I mean? We all know that. So
Mhm.
Carson Palmer, Eli Manning, Alex Smith, Jamarcus Russell, Matthew Stafford, Sam Bradford, Cam Newton, Andrew Luck. He went on to win, have an 11-5 rookie year. Jameis Winston, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young, Michael Vick. Look, there was some good quarterbacks on that list, and they all lost their debut. Do y'all think you think Caleb, like, you know what I mean? Looking at those numbers, we all picked this as a W. The deck is kind of stacked against them. What y'all think about that?
I don't look at like all what other teams did as a factor in how a player can play in their first game. Like the reason that a lot of those players have had those situations that they've come into is because like that they lost that game was a lot of times they came into the situation where they were playing for the worst team in the league the previous year. And very rarely do teams make that huge jump from worst to like best so quickly. But this year, like the Bears were not the worst team in the NFL last year.
No.
Like that's the huge difference is not only that, but they have made improvements even without being the worst team. They've made improvements in positions of need. So I don't know. To me, how other players have played on other teams in coming into their first season, like to me, that just, I don't know. That doesn't feel like a huge deal.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Devin. I'm gonna piggyback on him a little bit. I agree with what he said. I think Caleb is he's just coming into an overall good situation in this as a rookie, his rookie year. He at home, and Pace been building the team, so it's almost like it's set for him to like come right in and do achieve above what most people would think a rookie quarterback would do in their first game. I just think that he got it mentally. He got enough to go out there and Soldier Field and win his first game. That's just my opinion. The other quarterback that you mentioned that was like on that list, I got to take in consideration where they was playing at. Was they home? Was they away? You know what I'm saying? All that factor into that. But we Soldier Field tomorrow finna be rocking. And I think that's going to be enough to get him his first win.
Exactly. Let me just drive Al. You right? I come right out. Exactly. We at Soldier Field. It's his first official home game. I think our defense is hungry. They ready to come off of what? And our defensive line. Like I'm not even gonna put this on Caleb Williams. I know that the segment is Caleb, but hey, our defense go out there. Our special teams go out there and do what they supposed to do. Caleb. Stay poised, stay calm. We got Torrey Taylor in a pinch, to pin those guys back. And it's not like they don't look like they're gonna be throwing their way out of nothing, so they're gonna have to, pound the ground. They don't got Henry again. So that kind of identity of them is kind of, watered. I don't want to say watered down, but it ain't what it used to be. So they still got to figure out what they got with that on top of all of that. And in Soldier Field, and you got to run the ball against this Bears defense, who as the graphic said, was first last year. So you got to go against that. You got to go against that Bears defense, that Bears secondary. When you do try to, throw that ball up out, you got a hungry Jaden Johnson, like we said. A lot of those second year, Tyreek Stevenson's, a lot of those guys is out there in that secondary ready to prove it. We ain't, like I said, we ain't even talked about it. We rarely have been talking about our linebackers and how good of a unit they are together. And on top of that, how good of a running back that DeAndre Swift can be. What a good weapon he could be out. We seen it the last two games. I mean, look at what Saquon did last night, catching the ball out of the backfield. Look at the misdirection with Worthy and the speed. Like Velus Jones might come out and do exactly what we expected Velus Jones to do. That's why we kept on the 53. So, like I said, I think this is a game that the Bears can show everything that they are, despite Caleb Williams. So I think that's a win in itself. And like I said, when the Bears get a win, Caleb get a win. So I'm not really tripping on the history of, who those quarterbacks. And a lot of them ended up being great quarterbacks and doing great things anyway. So, I mean, either way, it's not like we condemning Caleb to a horrible career. So, but he's still going to win, by the way.
So let's talk about this offense then. Let's see how our offense stacks up against their defense. And I feel like that man in the middle, and and I was talking about it when we was watching the Ravens versus Chiefs game. Chris Jones, I was just in awe of Chris Jones, the way he was playing. He ain't Chris Jones, but they got a guy over there in Jeffrey Simmons that's going to be lining up over either Coleman Shelton, Nate Davis. By the way, Nate Davis revenge game. Kevin Byard revenge game. DeMarcus Walker revenge game. Jeffrey Simmons gonna be lining up over our interior offensive lineman. It's gonna be a big test. Jeffrey Simmons ain't no punk. He had 5.5 sacks last season. But we all know he's one of the top defensive tackles in the league. Bears offense, look at those rushing yards. I think Justin played a big role in that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how much we gonna replicate them type of numbers this season. But I mean, you see our sacks. We were sacked 50 times as a whole.
But I mean, again, we bring up the Justin consideration, and he got sacked a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see. Some of those numbers just don't make as much sense when the players are no longer actually there.
Yes, but that O-line still is there. I think the entire O-line is intact from last season, and they had a hand in those 50 sacks as well. We were sacked 26th. Their defense they got 45 sacks, 17th. Honestly, I don't think this is going to be as smooth as we would like it to be. I do think that D-line of theirs is going to give us a hard time. T'Vondre Sweat ain't no punk either. He's a rookie, but he you know what I mean? We saw it, we covered him, we looked at him in the draft process that we went through. Look. This is the part I'm afraid of right here, and it's the D-line, their D-line versus our O-line. Those sacks in their total sacks, I just think that's the strength of their entire team in this game. I think if I was a Titans fan, that's what I would be hanging my hat on. Anything that stand out to y'all fellas with these numbers?
I'm gonna say it again. Third down percentage is pretty good, and that's what a lot of sacks. I was finna say that. I didn't when I looked at the graphic and you put it up. I'm like, I mean, for us to get sacked so much and have such a terrible offense, we do know how to go get a first down a lot of times, more often than not. And it's the first and second that we always put ourselves in a bad situation, and then we managed to get up there and get that third down and put us in that. I mean, a couple times last season it was 4th and 1, 4th and 2. We was right there in it, and it was that decision of should we go for it, don't go for it. Sometimes we hated it, sometimes we loved it. But that just tells you like how that offense was. And I'm gonna say that offense because that ain't this. That ain't this. And I don't see, like you said, that rushing ain't gonna be the same because a lot of that was Justin Fields. Those sacks ain't gonna be the same either because a lot of that was Justin Fields. And I think we getting out of that third down. I think Caleb is gonna be smart. Caleb is a smart third down quarterback, and I don't think he's gonna put himself in a situation where, he has to be like I say, he has to be dynamic and get us out of those jams. And he got the weapons too. Like I said, if we saw anything in the last 2 games, the first 2 games of the season, is that you got to utilize those weapons. You got to utilize that DeAndre Swift out the backfield. You've seen a lot of that going on, and I think a lot of people is not really looking at. I'm thinking they really worried about that wide receivers and on our quarterback, how dynamic and the rolling out. And like I said, I think Swift is going to have a great game. And that defensive line, but you got to account for Caleb. You got to account for Swift. I mean, we got those over the top kind of receivers. And like I said, they linebacker core ain't nothing to be, shaken for, So whether he paid his nails or not, I think Caleb's gonna do a good job. I think he gonna manage that third down even better, and I think that's where we're gonna win. We're gonna win on third down.
Yeah, I agree with Wes. I got two things I want to bring up though that's gonna be a little different. That's gonna make these numbers better.
Mhm.
Waldron for sure is gonna make these numbers better.
Mhm.
I think we're gonna do better in the red zone. I don't think that red zone is not up there. I don't think, but red zone is
I
something
got
that I
the red
think
zone numbers.
we struggle in that, man. We last
For
year we get into
sure.
the red zone,
Mhm.
sometimes we don't get 3 points. So I think that's gonna change a lot with Caleb. Caleb seemed like he get the ball, he process it a little more quicker, and play calling used to was suck. I just don't think that's enough to make your numbers decline when you got sucky play calling.
Yes.
Um, yeah, we in good hands. I don't. I think the numbers going to be way better this year.
So if you had to find one concern, what would it be with this game? What
Trenches.
The inexperience of the quarterback, just him being a rookie. That's the only thing I could probably say that I can be like. That's the only negative that I can pull up is that
Mhm.
we got a rookie quarterback starting game one. That's it. Other than that, I don't. I don't see nothing else to. We got experienced wide receivers. We got guys that's proven at the wide receiver position. We got running backs that can do what they need to be done. We got a experienced tight end. Our offensive line ain't the best, but they're not rookies. They're not rookies. They've been around.
That's facts.
They've been around for a while. So other than I think play calling is going to offset all the deficiencies that we've seen in the previous years.
Mhm.
That's what I think.
Yep. No, I hear you. I hear you. Just like Mark gave Chris Jones a lot of credit. I mean, he was wrecking shop. He was picking who he wanted to block, but the Ravens they mitigated that with how they the formations they was in. They did a lot of chipping later on, and like I said, we got the tight ends, we got the running back, we have a fullback. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That could help with that to help alleviate some of that pressure and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, I'm with you on that, Al. All Caleb got to do is be poised, make good decision, take wins when wins is there. And you know what I'm saying? Hey, if it ain't there, live for another down, man. Live for another down. And like I said, in a pinch, hey, we let Legatron go ahead, pin them back, and let our defense, you know what I mean, do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all think this is and it's kind of off the wall, but I think it holds some merit. Do y'all think this is a must win for the Bears? Do you think we can lose this game? Obviously, we can lose this game and continue winning, but you get
Oh,
what I
but
mean
like,
when I ask, is
yeah,
this a
like
must
as
win?
far as setting ourselves up for a successful season, I would say that yes, this is a must win. Like, you want to start off strong. Yeah, because mainly my reason for it is we face the Texans next week. You don't want to like fall into like because you get
Mhm.
a loss today and you go up against the Texans next week and you don't want to start kind of like the Texans are a very tough team too. You don't want to lose to them after losing to the Titans. Then you're going to kind of start this trend, and we've kind of been trying to get away from that. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if we win this game, it could give us a little bit of a boost in that Texans game. But if we lose this game, I don't see it the Texans game turning out too well for us.
I don't think it's a must win, to be honest. Um, just all in all, just to be, to quit with all everything else and everything. This offense still need to see what they do together in a full game with everybody on the field. And full game speed against all ones. And just see how, all the things that they've been working on, this offseason, how that mesh and kind of figure out how they can fix that kind of thing, and honestly, I think the first half will tell. But I think the Bears is probably going to win this game the second half. If I'm
Mm.
being honest, I don't see us coming out and blowing the doors off. I don't see us coming out, I don't see, Xavier Worthy catching the end around and running up and just blasting past people. I don't think we're going to have no major plays like that. I think it's going to be a kind of test the waters kind of first half. And I'll see if we lose. I don't think it does anything. I really don't think it. I don't think it shakes us in any way. perform, to be honest, other than it blows all our predictions up. But I think if we do lose, I think it's going to be a little, it has to be obvious. Like it's going to be like blatant, like obviously like something ain't clicking that they thought was clicking. And it's
Right.
something that they probably need to happen earlier on. So even if we do lose, I think it would probably even benefit them more than hurt them in the long run, because it's going to be for a reason that they really need to clean up. And I would love for it to happen week 1 than week 11.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, true. I think it's a must win. I think it's a must win for the sake of Eberflus. You know what I'm saying? Eberflus last year, it was a lot of games that we should have won, and I think coaching and some of the other things took some of those wins away. I think that the expenses that they paid, the upgrades for this team, on both sides of the ball, the offensive weapons they gave this man, I think and then you playing a team that was 6-11 last year, had that haven't made any significant upgrades from last year to this year. It's not like it's a whole new better team like us. Like we made significant upgrades, so we should not be losing to the Tennessee Titans tomorrow. And I think that's for the sake of Eberflus, man. Eberflus, bro, they gave you what you needed.
Yep.
They gave you they spent money. If the Tennessee Titans come to Soldier Field tomorrow and beat Chicago Bears, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some hot seats because that shouldn't happen. That's no reason why that should happen tomorrow at all.
That's kind of why I asked this question, because like it sounds like we should win this game, right? So if we honestly, so I'll give is this a must win? I think so. I don't think we can lose this game. Obviously we can lose this game and finish 11 and whatever, you know what I mean? But that's not my point with the must win question. If we lose this game, first of all, Bears fandom is gonna be in an uproar. We lose this damn game. Like y'all, like I've seen in the chat, and like y'all mentioned on just we got the Texans right after this. You know what I mean? And I think we played them in Houston.
Yep.
That game is gonna be 10 times harder than this one. They got a lot more players on that team. I think we gotta win this game. We if you lose this game, Matt Eberflus, it's funny because it's week 1. You know what I mean? It's hard to talk about must wins in week 1, but it ain't even really about just like the big picture. Matt Eberflus is gonna be getting side eyes if we lose this game. You know what I mean? So it's a must win for me. Definitely, I definitely think this gotta be a must. You gotta win this game. You know, it ain't gonna. If you lose, it's not gonna tank your season. But for morale purposes and everything that you can't see, you gotta win this game. I think this is a must win. Devin, did you say if you thought this was a must win or not?
Yeah.
Must win for you.
Mhm.
Okay. West must win for you.
I didn't say. I don't think it's a must win. I can't call a week 1. I can't call it's a week 1 game, and it's like when I think of must wins is like it's not they're not a divisional rival. Like we can probably, if we make the playoffs, probably ain't gonna see them. It's like I said, it's not a must win for me. I can't say they must win this one. Like it's just not that. It's for me. It's because they should win. They should win. Like I said, if they don't and they do lose, like I said, it would probably be because something that they thought they ain't, and they kind of need to erase everything off the board and go back and kind of figure out what they went wrong, what they need to do to kind of clean things up. So a must win? No, I don't think so. Even for morale, like even that, it's like you have to see where you at with, like I mean, like on Hard Knocks when JJ was like, man, I need to run some routes with Rome. I need to figure out this is why I feel like I'm lacking that. And this is a temper test. It's just a temperature of the water test to see how hot they really is and how hot they think they is. And if it takes for them to get punched in the mouth by the Titans to actually unleash who they really is and get it, then okay, cool. So I think, like I said, I don't think it's a must win, but they gotta bring it. Like I said, it has to show. Like we need to see adjustments. We need to see weapons being used. I don't want to see, we need to see everything on the field. I don't want to see nobody out there missing, lacking, not getting targets. I think what was last season, week 1, DJ had 2 targets or something, 1 or 2 targets the first week. Like that kind of stuff can't happen. If that happened, then it's like you're not trying and you need to figure it out. That's how we lose, when you're not utilizing what you got. So, but as far as must win, not for me.
That's a valid point. I definitely think like your stand, that's very valid. I just think the Bears are gonna be. We're favored in this game, like he said. He said the line moved from 4.5 to 3.5. Bears are favored, and I just don't think. I think we only got a handful of these games where we're favored this year. I think you have to win those ones. You know what I mean? You have to win the games you're favored.
You have to win the games that you're expected to win.
Otherwise, this is going to be a grind season. It's gonna get rough come week 11 into that stretch that we talked about last week. I don't know. I don't know how many games we're favored in. I should have had the number, but I know it's only a handful. We're not favored week 2 for sure. We may be favored against the Colts. Maybe. I don't think we'll be favored against the Rams after that. So, like I said, I feel like you got to get the ones that you should win. If you start dropping the ones that you should win, the ones that you're not supposed to win just gonna become even tougher. So, but I definitely think your point is valid because it's like you said, it's week 1, must win. You talking about must win in week 1, but
definitely valid points.
Look, I've been hearing this all week. The bad teams don't know they bad yet. That's why these Titans. That's why we got a Titan fan in here going off and calling Will Levis, Josh Allen. You don't know you bad yet. You don't know you bad yet. It's okay.
He needs some Uber Eats. He hungry, man. That's all.
I mean, the next Josh Allen, but we out here talking about like Josh Allen. Doesn't he lead the league in like interceptions or something?
I don't know.
So I like this.
Isn't that a big issue with him?
Wait, what happened with Josh?
Isn't that a big issue with Josh Allen? Is his interception rate?
Yeah, he don't take care of the football. He does not take care. Josh Allen, yeah, no. What happened with Josh Allen?
That's apparently what they're calling him. The Titans are calling Will Levis the next Josh Allen. And I'm saying the next Josh Allen, but he does well quite a bit, but he also throws a lot of interceptions. So the Bills aren't just Josh Allen. Like there was a reason that them winning games wasn't 100% because of Josh Allen. They had other factors too, and I don't know if the Titans have those other factors.
Will Levis maybe in college. I don't know about Josh Allen shit in NFL. In college, the dude
because of his apparent preseason of 11 for 13.
Oh wow, I forgot about it. I forgot they played in preseason. I probably should have had his preseason numbers. Was he 11 for 13?
That's what John said just up there a little bit.
Okay, that's interesting. I do like this comment though.
Sorry, my bad.
Nah, you good. You going back to the 11 for 13. That's crazy. Because somebody put Caleb's numbers up in there too, and I guess they say he's 10 for 20.
Yeah, he's 10 for 20
in the preseason.
For the whole preseason.
Yeah, but I'm not putting too much weight on that. But he's Pistol Grip said, can Stevens guard Ridley because D Hop playing, and that's the fastest dude. I do think Tyreek Stevenson, Jalen Johnson, I'm not worried about, but Tyreek and Kyler, they got some guys that they need to, they don't have their hands full. D Hop ain't no punk. He had 75 catches last season, 1,057 yards, 7 touchdowns. People waiting on him to slow down. He's not slowing down, just like Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? And Calvin Ridley was another 1,000-yard receiver, 76 catches, 1,000 yards, 1,016 yards, 8 touchdowns. Look, they got some wide receivers. If Will Levis can get them the ball, I mean, do y'all trust Tyreek on D Hop? Or are we that high on Tyreek? Or are we that low on D Hop?
I like Tyreek a lot. I feel like he really made a lot of improvement just over the course of last year. Mm-hmm. And that's not even including the improvement that he would have made in the offseason, which I feel like he's pretty solid out there. Like we can count on him.
Yeah, let's go back to West though. West say the D line if the D line do what West predicted them to do, then them guys D Hop and them won't even be factors because our corners gonna be able to withhold the test if our D line eat like West said they're gonna do. So I'm not worried about the it's a team effort. It's 11 guys on defense, and I'm not worried about them two guys that y'all mentioned because I think like West said, our D line gonna put enough pressure to where our secondary gonna look like, which they are, one of the best top 10 secondaries in the league.
Hey, look, D Hop got to come across. Some of those routes he got to come across the middle. And TJ and Sanborn and Edmonds, yeah, all right, cool.
And the safety we got came from Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
Bayard. Forget about him. He coming.
Bayard, Brisker. Yeah. I'm not saying they're not gonna catch the ball. They got to hold on to it too. We just not talking about bat downs and picks either. We talking about when you catch that ball up in the air. When you catch that ball, you got to hold on to it.
Exactly.
And we got some rockets.
Dude, the chat is on fire right now.
It's cracking right now.
15
look, I said, I know. Like I can keep going. D Hop ain't known for holding on to the ball. I seen him come across the middle and he had it and he thought he had it. It ain't no more. Ridley the same way. I seen him in the line. He's strong. He got some strong hands, but Sanborn, like I said, some of these guys that's going to be coming downfield, upfield behind them. Like I said, I'm not taking nothing away from those receivers. Like they brought in some guys, but y'all brought in pretty much basically second guys. They were seconds. And
who's that? Who you talking about?
Like D Hop ain't what his trajectory dropped. I mean, he was supposed to be a number one. If he was, look, my whole thing is this: if they was as good as you saying, like, oh, we need to put JJ on them, they'll be number one somewhere else because it's a bunch of teams that's still looking for a number one. They would be in New York somewhere. They would be somewhere being somebody's true number one.
I don't think Jalen Johnson necessarily needs to shadow any of these dudes. I wouldn't say that. But I mean, they both did have really good seasons last year. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. They did have good seasons, and they do got Tyler Boyd as well. He has 67 catches, 667 yards last year. They got some guys. I don't know. I do think, like you said, if that D line, honestly, I'm not too confident in that way. And we're gonna get into the keys to success in a second. That wouldn't be one of mine. That I just don't trust that D line to generate that type of pressure that we looking for. I do think there's other ways we can, handle them, but I don't think it'll be that way, Damn, let me see these chats. I'm trying to keep up with them, but I really can't. Y'all, let's move on to some keys to success then. Let's do it. Let's start with let's start with the offense. Keys to success on the offense side of the ball. Anybody want to take it first?
I'll go first because I'm just gonna make it simple. Take what they give you. Mm-hmm. You don't got to blow them out the water. Take what they give you. Mm-hmm. Take what they give you, and everything else is on. Like I said, coaching. I'm not even gonna talk about coaching and scheming and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna leave that out the window. But as long as Caleb take what they give him, use those weapons like I've been saying, and like I said, use Swift, man. Use them out of the backfield. Like I said, they linebackers ain't nothing to stun on. That's gonna be real good for Swift. Catching the ball in the flat, catching the ball, short range, running past a lot of those linebackers, getting those 7 to 13 yard, completions, all that kind of stuff, moving the ball down the field, making everybody feel good, getting that excitement, getting that fan base roaring, moving them chains. I think that's our offensive key to success. Take what they give you. We don't got to show our weapons just yet. We don't got to show everything.
I agree with that. I'm gonna say our key to success is red zone. I think the red zone is gonna be our
That's a good one.
Because we're gonna get down there. we're gonna get down there, but we gotta start scoring in the red zone. I don't like taking three all the time. You just can't keep doing that. So we got the weapons to be able to score in the red zone. We got, like you said, we got Komet. You guys, y'all like him, so we got Komet. We got Keenan Allen. Hopefully, we got some red zone targets to be able to score down there. So that's my key to success, the red zone.
Devin, you want to take it or should I go?
You can go ahead.
Offensively, one of my keys to success is basically, like you said, Wes, DeAndre Swift. Not necessarily just him, but just run the ball early and often. Let Caleb ease into the game. Like you said, that first half gonna be a little, but that second half, once he gets comfortable and you kind of keyed in on what the Titans are trying to do. You had 2 quarters to see what they want to do. Then let Caleb go. Let him loose. But run the ball early. I think if we can run that ball, move the line of scrimmage, I think we can definitely handle them. But if Caleb got to toss the ball around 40 times this game, 40, 45 times, I think we could possibly win. But I just don't think that is not a recipe for success this game. Run the ball early and often is my key to success offensively.
So one of the things that I was looking at is like I liked what Wes said, like taking what they give you, and I really like the idea of just like a lot of teams have done it to us in the past where they'll take those little like 6-7 yards pass, like just kind of like pass it 6 or 7 yards instead of trying to go for the deep ball all the time. Like if the offense is giving you the deep ball, then go for it. But like a lot of times they're more willing to kind of give up a little bit of yardage rather than trying to go like give up that whole like 35, 40 yards. So if just kind of take what they give you, and personally, I really like Waldron a lot more than I liked Getsy last year. I didn't like I keep going back to that Vikings game where he had like 32 screen passes or whatever it was, and when you do one right after the other, it doesn't work. I feel like Waldron doesn't think linearly as far as like what he anticipates doing. Like he's more like reactive instead of like having a set game plan and wanting to stick to it. So hopefully that's kind of how things play out too. And we have a lot of weapons. Like even when we get down to like our 4th wide receiver, Tyler Scott was looking really good this preseason. So
yes, sir.
We could even run 4 wide receiver sets out there and we'd still be having weapons on each one. Like figure out what our figure out what our identity is maybe in that first half. I like the idea of a good amount of running as well. Because yes, we do have a stacked wide receiver room, but we have a pretty solid running back room too. Like there were a lot of the run game in the Chiefs and Ravens game and the run game in the Eagles Packers game. Both of them, like they were using the run game a lot, and I was enjoying watching how the teams were responding to the run game and stuff like that. And I'm very interested to see if that's kind of the direction that the league is going to go. Because, I mean, personally, it looks like running backs weren't getting utilized as much over the last few years. But if they have a resurgence, that would be very interesting to see again.
And that brings me to we can jump right into the keys to success on defense because that brings me to mine. I'll kick it off. Control the line of scrimmage. I think that D-line needs to control the line of scrimmage. You stop the run. You got to earn the right to rush the passer. You can't stop that run. You can't get a lick on Will Levis. Stop that run. Get him on 3rd and longs, 3rd and mediums. And I think that's how we'll make Will Levis life hell. But if we can't stop their run game with Jervon Dexter up front and Andrew Billings, I'm really talking about them too up the middle. If they can't stop the run, which I'm not that confident in right now. Like y'all, I keep saying I'm not that confident in the D line. It's nothing new. It's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a long day. Control the line of scrimmage, stop the run, earn the right to rush the passer. That's my key to success on defense.
Well, mine on defense, it's simple. I've been saying it since we put the graphics up. Defense, get off the field. Get off the field. Get off of the field. Get off the field, man. Get off the field. And that's kind of to both. Get off the field. I feel like we're a balanced team. I know we got some things that we all not confident in here and there and all kinds of stuff in the same way. And I put it on pinning them back with Tory. That's another one. Like, hey, look, if it ain't looking like we finna get it, don't give them a chance. We got a great punter. Pin them back. Let the defense do their job. Defense, get them off the field. Get off the field so the offense can do their job. Let's compliment each other. And I think that's my defensive one. Let's get off to a third down. Like I said, the statistic was 10th last year. We should be a little bit better this year. And just get off the field. Third down, third and longs, man. Third and longs. Take advantage of those third and longs. I think we're gonna have a lot of those. We talked about the offensive line being young with Latham and all that kind of stuff. We saw what the refs is doing early on in this season. It's going to be some flags out there for sure. I guarantee, especially in formations and all that kind of stuff. And when we get them out there, man. We'll get the third and longs, get off the field. That's all.
That
that's
third
it.
Down percentage right there. That is we get that guys to be better.
Yeah.
Definitely. I like that one actually. I definitely like that one. Keys to success on defense, fellas. What y'all thinking?
I'm thinking that like the line of scrimmage. Basically what you said, controlling the line of scrimmage, because you don't want your linebackers. You don't want everything going straight to the second level. You know what I'm saying? That's just you want your first level of defense to be able to stop some of that, so you can let your linebackers, they won't overcompensate or be just, you know what I'm saying, just doing they able to play the game better. But when everything comes straight to them, it's hard, man.
It's tough.
Playing linebacker when your D line is not helping you out at all. So it's like you scrambling now. You got, and I don't think our strength as linebackers is even. The strength is the run, stopping the run. I would say that's our strength. It's not pass coverage. So you want to have a good D line so you can give your linebackers their strength is not in the pass coverage. You can them guys can be able to maybe look better in that situation if your D line is up to par. So everything lies on the defensive line.
My man,
and like it's like Wes said. I mean, I can't argue with it. It's the defensive line. If they don't play right, it's going to be a long day for everybody.
This the game. This the game that they can flex.
Yep.
Like you said, Mark, not a lot of games we favored. Not a lot of offensive lines we finna go up against that's going to be this vulnerable.
Yeah.
So
I think my key to success, though, like in order to have a successful game, like if we get some turnovers, we get a couple of picks, something like that, like that would really go a long way to building us into like having a like successful game, pulling out a win. Because if we get like pick six out there, or we get a couple turnovers and we force a couple turnovers, get ourselves into good field position, I feel like that would really help the offense kind of relax a little bit if we can get ourselves into really good position. And kind of what Wes mentioned about having our good punter there and pinning them back, and then our defense comes out. If we can really put that pressure on, I think that that's a big factor in getting us that win. Because if we can get some turnovers, get some extra possessions over them, just kind of give ourselves an edge, I think that would be a big way for us to win.
Field position, that's definitely going to be important. And it's obviously important to Ryan Poles because Torrey Taylor is on this team. So field position, definitely. Not too many teams are driving 80 yards down the field, especially not Will Levis led teams driving 80 yards or even 90 yards down the field. So I like that one too.
I got an honorable mention. I want to bring one more player up on defense. I don't like to single players out, but I got to do this guy. Tremaine Edmonds, man. Tremaine Edmonds on defense. I think I'm gonna single him out. He has to play better at his linebacker position this year. I don't. He has to. He getting too much money.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed
I'm
to
with
be
you.
the heart of the defense as a linebacking core. And I think that he got to play. He got to play lights out. He got to play up to his contract. Yeah.
I thought he started to like improve a lot last year, but not to the level that he was getting paid. I was very underwhelmed with his performances last year based on the contract that he got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look, if Edwards gonna outperform, if Edwards gonna get paid what he getting paid and outperform you like that, at least try to tie his play and his performance, because like you said, 80 million,
at least get closer at this point.
yeah, 80 million. Like he was a B, he was a B. He was, he wasn't. Edwards had an A season. Edwards was a dog last year. Edmonds was a B. He wasn't horrible, but he wasn't great. You know what I mean? So I agree. He definitely gotta
Step up.
And
personally, I think that this is the type of game where he could really step up and kind of show what he can do. Like he played better in that second half of the season, and it could be because, like Al was saying earlier, about having a good D line that can really make it easier for your linebacking core. And with the addition of Montez Sweat, we got a better D line, and injuries kind of like fix themselves up, and our D line was playing a lot better in the second half, and he started playing better. Hopefully that he can build upon that for this year and just kind of come out and ball out.
Yeah. What about Eric Washington influence? What y'all think his influence going to be on the defensive side of the ball?
He was in Tennessee, wasn't he? I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
Eric Washington was in Tennessee. Yeah.
Personally, I hope that, because you notice how he was, we were blitzing more in the preseason than we did a lot last year. I hope that is because, like they were saying, he was doing the play calling in preseason.
Yep.
And then Eberflus was going to take over in the regular season. But we had what was it, like 6 quarters at one point, 6 quarters straight without allowing a touchdown. And that was with his play calling and like all the blitzing that we were doing and stuff like that. Even if Eberflus is calling the plays, I'm hoping that Washington has his ear and it's kind of proven that, like, hey, I know what I'm doing. Like, we can discuss play calls amongst each other, and that might be a little bit better because I'd like to see more blitzing. And that just wasn't happening very much last year.
No, it wasn't. Eberflus don't like the blitz. Al, you didn't like that Eberflus taking the play calling duties back?
No, I think no. You see how that worked for head coaches, defensive head coaches in Chicago. I just think Eberflus just should work on just managing the overall team. You got Eric Washington in. You got somebody that's probably resonate with the players a little better. And I just think that from what I've seen in the preseason, you had linebackers that could have made the team that didn't. We had it was a lot of our linebacking core was the strength, and our D line we had a lot of battles of players. It was like, okay, this guy could still be here. This guy could still and I think that's a testament to defensive coordinator because that's who the players see. That's who they position coaches is more hands-on with the players. And I just think that Eberflus should just be the CEO of the team, fall back. It worked with Eric Washington. He got familiarity with the squad. He know a lot of the ins and outs. Let him call the plays until it breaks. If it's not broke, don't fix it. It was broke with Eberflus.
That is
true.
Interesting. That is interesting.
That's true.
You agree with that, Wes?
Like I said, I agree with it. I'm hoping, that he has some type of openness when it comes to play calling as well. Some type. I mean, you got a defense coordinator for a reason. He did very well. We had a lot of great defensive plays. We let go a lot of defensive players. Even when we did ours, a lot of defensive backs that was out there showing out in that, in those play callings and being in the right spots, and some of them even showing, some of their skill sets. But I don't know. Like I said, I think he should. I think even Flus should kind of like consider if anything, consider or at least learn or see like what worked and what didn't work. You know, from his play calling, and if you know if he come out and he say, hey, look, I think this is a better play, like hear me out, kind of thing. I think even Flus should kind of protect his job because you know Eric ain't gonna get in trouble because we gonna all blame that defense on those play calling on him. So he might wanna reconsider anything that he says. So I and I think yeah, with Tremaine and with some of these safeties and how they was going, that defensive line, because if we blitzing like we was blitzing, that's gonna really make it a lot easier for our defensive line too to get to the quarterback as well. Because you're gonna have to, you know, you're gonna make up for those for Kyler Gordon coming in. You're gonna have to make up for Brisker coming down in that box. Bayard, you know he gonna want to come down in the box. I think he right now talking to him probably right now like I want to get down in that some. So so I think, like I said, I think it's gonna be a good showing. Pistol Grip is making a lot of false accusations out there. They want. I had to fact check a lot of it, and it was like he was just wrong every single time. I don't know what he get.
Pistol Grip bringing negative energy to our podcast the day before our game.
No, it's not even negative. It's not even negative.
All negative stuff, man.
It's just inaccurate. Inaccurate. He talking about guarding tight ends, and I looked at y'all tight end, and he sucks. Like, like, look. I'm looking. I'm an open guy. Like, I want to look and see what you're talking about. And you said y'all was number one in the red zone. Y'all was not even close. The Ravens was number one. You said your tight end can we guard tight ends? Your tight end had one touchdown. Yeah, he had one, and he played all 17 games, and he had one touchdown. So okay, yeah. You know, what else? What?
I'm glad you fact checked.
You know what I mean? Like you talking about your guy from Michigan, yeah, he's a rookie too. I mean, all right, Ricky put in that Austin Booker. I could say Austin Booker and Danny Hardy finna have a field day. I could throw that out there. I mean, if we doing what else and all that kind of stuff, that's okay. I know you ain't played football. You ain't played football in real life. This ain't Madden. Man. You probably play Madden on rookie too. I guarantee you do. Talking like this. Come on, dude. I'm too scared. I was 195 pounds, dude. I'm scared now. I'm old now. Those days are behind me. I'm healthier now. Hey, look. I'm gonna send a picture. I'm gonna post a picture of me 195 in Afghanistan, dude. Don't play with the Marine, dude.
Look, Pistol. Look, I appreciate you being in the chat, man. They've been taking care of him, though. They Ricky and them dudes. They ain't them. They've been taking care of him.
I just want the fact check on, man. Man. Eyeball test, sure.
Don't come. Hey, Pistol, don't come at my boy Wes. He got two guys in the chat that we did play football. So what? What you talking about? What's your question?
Who said I didn't play football?
Let's play football.
Don't come
I played football. I did play football. I played free safety. I played football.
Yeah, we got
it's all good. It's all love.
Come on, man.
Let's jump into our bold predictions then. How
bold we talking about?
You say what?
Already.
How bold we talking?
Bold as bold as you want to get. I mean, we'll look. If you hear something that ain't so bold, say it. I'm like, hold on, that ain't you just saying that's regular. You know what I mean? 2 interceptions, that ain't too bold to me. But bold predictions. Anybody want to kick it off? I can kick it off. Anybody? Because
I got it.
If you go last, somebody probably gonna take yours. That's usually how this goes. So you know.
I don't know, man. I'll let y'all go. I'm gonna let y'all go. Since I ain't play football, y'all football players go ahead.
Pistol P ain't got you, man. Let him
go on, Pistol. Fuck out of here. Look, Mark. I said last month I'm gonna be more respectable.
Look, Pistol in here repping for his team. I don't blame him.
I know.
Don't talk your shit or whatever. But I'll go first then. My bold prediction, and now that I don't even think this that bold no more. Let me know if it's bold or not. 3 takeaways and 1 going to the house. That's what I got for the defense. 3 takeaways on Will Levis. Whether it's an interception or fumble, I'm not specifying that, but 3 takeaways and 1 going to the crib. Defense scores a touchdown in this game. Is that bold enough?
I'd say
that's
that is
doable.
cool. I mean, like 2 takeaways, not so much, but 3 with one of them going
One
for a
going to the
touchdown. I'd
crib.
say that
Mhm.
because I mean, we had plenty of games last year where we had multiple takeaways, but
Yeah.
they were just multiple takeaways, and then our offense came out, and
Ricky.
quite a few times our offense would not score on those, or they get 3 points or something like that. But like I would say that's bold.
3 takeaways, one going to the crib. That's my bold prediction. Defensive side. That's what I'm doing. I'm going with the defense. Bold prediction, fellas. Who next?
Anybody else ready? 'Cause
I'm gonna steal West. I know West finna. I know this is his.
why? Why, Al? What is Al? Why? Go ahead. Go.
That my bold prediction is the defensive line. This is the defensive side of the ball, right?
No, I mean, any side,
Any side.
wherever you want to go.
Okay, well
with
then
it.
I'm gonna go. My bold prediction gonna be Caleb 4 touchdowns. I think he's gonna have 4 touchdown passes. I think that because we said that the strength of the Tennessee is probably their line, that might neutralize our running game a little bit, which might have to put a little more pressure on Caleb Williams in the air. I just think that with that being said, I would give him 4 touchdowns. His rookie debut. Ooh, that's gonna be sweet.
All right, I'm gonna go next, Al.
Okay.
Because I want to go on defense. I'll go on offense.
Oh, okay.
Bold prediction. Roma Dunze.
I knew
is
it.
gonna lead receivers and catches, yards, and he's gonna probably. And my bold is he's gonna have a catch for a touchdown and a run for a touchdown. Total yards.
Wait.
That's
He gonna
a
have-
bold prediction.
He's gonna lead. He's gonna lead receivers and catches. All the receivers and catches. Lead the receivers in all-purpose yards, receiving and running, and have 2 touchdowns, 1 catching, 1 running.
Wow.
That
You
that
think-
okay? I mean,
okay,
West just
that's
knocked
good.
it out of the
That's
bold
good.
part there.
That's good. That's a good one.
I ain't played baseball either, Pistol, but
Hey, Pistol, nah, you ain't got to come back Monday. Come back Sunday after the game. We'll be here after the game. And I hope you here. Just like John, we hope you here week 2 after the game as well. I ain't forgot about you either. Damn, so 2 touchdowns. So basically Roma Dunze gonna implement himself as Caleb Williams' favorite target week 1. I like that.
yeah.
I can see
See,
that.
I knew West was going with Roma Dunze. Like my original prediction was going to be at least a couple touchdowns to Rome, like the rookie connection there. But I mean, I knew West was going for that Rome. As soon as Al went to go in there, I'm like, oh no, Al's going to talk about Rome, and then he didn't. I'm like, okay, West is breathing a sigh of relief over there because West is still going to be able to talk about Rome. But I don't know. My bold prediction is just. I mean, you guys kind of took a lot of the good ones, but
Be bold. Be bold.
I don't know. I feel like Swift is going to probably have a couple receiving touchdowns because he's going to be that guy that when things start to break down, he's going to be that guy that Caleb can just kind of like get the ball off to just kind of dump it off to him. And we've already seen that his ability after he gets that ball is to take off and make people miss. And that one that he had in the preseason, I swear to God, if he didn't slip, he was taken to the house. Like he made that cut and he slipped and he's like, damn. Even he said it afterwards that he wished that he could have that step back because he knew that if he didn't slip, he was going all the way.
Mhm.
And so I'm gonna go ahead and say two receiving touchdowns for Swift and at least 1 rushing touchdown because we know they're going to rush, and if he can find a hole, then it'll make things a lot easier for the passing game. Really,
He's gonna have a Saquon day.
Is this?
okay? If he has a Saquon day, then everybody just.
Oh man, don't remind me. He beat my head in last night. Hey, is this because of your Jaden Daniels love? Is that what this is? Is that what Al? Is that
What's
why he's
that?
saying welcome back home? This comment right here. You see it?
Okay, look, 4 touchdowns. Welcome back home. Welcome back home, bro.
Yeah, I think that's because yo Jaden Daniels love. Basically, he ain't forgot. I'm glad he ain't forgot if that's what that's about. But all right.
Oh, you want okay? That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do.
Titan secondary is tough. I agree. Look, I forgot to mention. I mean, look, Awuzie and Sneed, they not punks either. I also forgot to mention they played press coverage 33% of the time last season. They got entire new coaching staff, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, everything's different.
So do we.
But he's probably not. I don't know if they're going to press that. That's a lot of pressing. 33% of the time, that's a lot of press coverage. Roma Dunes, like, hey, look, they press Roma Dunes.
Press Rome. Press Rome if you want to. Press him if you want to.
That's a recipe for disaster if he can beat them over the top. Just watching those offenses play for the 4 teams that we just watched, or the 2 games, I'm just hoping ours look fluke. Like, you know what I mean? I just hope it don't look rinky dink. You know, we've seen some bogus ass offenses.
Like I said in the text message, if the Bears ain't in here taking notes, that should be a shame. It should be a shame.
Oh, there you go. He said, "Nah, just because his past pain, he being optimistic for our dude."
Okay,
we got you.
Let's see. Get some of these. So, one last question for y'all, and then that's it for my notes. And unless y'all got something else y'all want to bring up, do we cover the spread? He said it was at 3.5. I think I'm seeing 4. Do we cover the spread, or do we just win?
I'm gonna say we just win.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say we just win. Okay, I'm gonna say we just win. Like I said, pistol grip. I mean, you got a lot of faith in eye test, and yeah, you got a reason to be. You got a reason to be. You know, you got some new pieces and all that kind of stuff, and new coaching staff and all that kind of stuff. And I hear you, but I just think our team is just better. I think our team should win. I don't think the game should be close, and honestly, I don't think it was going to be low scoring really either. To be honest with you, I think this is going to be on the Bears side, not the Titans side.
Right.
The Titans. I don't see them scoring much. I
Right.
give them 17 tops, but I think the Bears are just going to, like I said, I think that second half, I think that's when it's just going to get it. I think that's when that the Bears are just going to be like, okay, we see what we can do. We see what y'all doing, and they're going to blow it off the top, man. Like I said, I mean, if I could have 2 bold predictions, I will bring Velas out on the end around with him and Tyler Scott. And I hate to say it, but I can see Velas running for about 65 of them.
Oh, you and Al coming around, man.
I'm just saying, because they linebackers I don't see them linebackers going line. That's the only thing you ain't talked about. You ain't talked about your linebackers. And I looked at them, and they ain't linebacking. They ain't catching nobody. They can't cover nobody. I looked at what they was doing, and I don't think the middle of the field is open. I think that's what we gonna eat up a lot. I looked at them. You want to bring somebody out, Pistol, so I can fact check? I got my iPhone right here. You want to bring somebody up real quick? Because I definitely looked at your linebackers to see. Ernest Jones. Now, I didn't ask who your uncle was. I said, who's your linebackers?
hey, you and Pistol got some personal going on right now. That's crazy.
Nah, I'm not looking at it. Let me see. Ernest Jones.
I would like
everybody.
Go ahead, Al.
I was just gonna say that something that I looked up, that Keenan Allen is, he came from over there in the AFC, so he got history playing against the Titans. And I'm not saying this one player is gonna make a big difference, but he ate against the Titans. So he had the last time they played, he had 8 receptions, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. So just from a statistical matchup standpoint, I think Keenan Allen probably gonna be the man in this game. I think the veteran guy against a secondary that he's probably familiar with from playing against them, probably gonna be the man that really set the tone for the receiving core. I'm just gonna say set the tone. I'm not saying that Rome won't have his yards that West say. I'm not saying that none of the other guys don't do them. I just think he's gonna be the tone setter.
No, he didn't.
What happened?
Ernest Jones, the fourth. 23
Talking.
played for the Rams.
The fourth.
15 games. That's what it say on y'all
Mr. D.
thing. That's what it say right here. The fourth.
Wow. Ernest Jones, the
Come
fourth.
on, man. He had 74 total tackles last year.
Tackles you a fool. Oh, I'm on pistol grip.
I don't want to look it up. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm looking
You
it up.
froze, Wes. You froze.
Oh man. Yeah, let me try that.
Definitely froze. He got the the Brian Kelly face from last week.
Man. Get out of here, man. Hold
Here,
on.
let me try this. Oh damn. Okay. Look. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, Ricky. That is.
But now, he's saying out 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
Oh, I seen miss some time. I ain't see 10 weeks.
It
says Packers QB reportedly could miss 3 to 4 weeks with MCL sprain. I see 3 to 4 weeks. I don't know where he's getting 10 from. That's crazy. 10 weeks is insane. Let me see who reported this. Ian Rappaport. Okay, yep. This is Ian Rappaport. He said 3 to 4 weeks. Look, that's unfortunate. That shit is crazy because honestly, y'all know where I'm at. I'm in Packer country, so
yeah.
Some of the people I work with been talking about this injury thing or their backup quarterback situation a lot, and I heard one of them told me like, I'm not worried about the backup quarterback. I'm not worried about Jordan Love getting injured or whatever. And I'm just like, that's crazy because you see how many backup quarterbacks took snaps last season. So
yeah,
that is. I'm not feeling sorry for him at all, and I'm not afraid to say it. So
they're not getting Bajent. I know that much. Don't call us. Don't call our front office. We don't got nothing for you.
Flacco's already in Indianapolis, I believe.
Yeah, I think he was the
Flacco's already in Indianapolis, so can't go get him unless you trade something for him.
I wish they would bring Flacco to the NFC North. Bring him over here.
What? A statue? Please bring a statue.
Trash. I hope they do bring him. Come on.
Now we did play him last year with the Browns, and I think we picked him off 3 times.
Made him look
and
like
still lost that damn game.
Yeah, we lost that. That's what I'm saying. Finishing them games.
My biggest problem was the prevent defense kind of like being okay with them getting little chunks like 15 yards as long as they don't get the big yardage plays. Well, those 15 yards, like if you get them 3 or 4 plays in a row of 15 yards, they move pretty much the whole field anyways. So what's the point in playing a prevent defense to not give up a big play if you give them a big play just in a longer time, basically?
Hate that defense.
What you really want to do, you want to give up the 3 yard, the 4 yard, and make the tackle and keep it at that. You know what I mean?
As long as it's not like giving up 10, 12 yards, then you should be okay.
Yeah, well, that's
prevent. You got your entire secondary 1,000,000 yards off the ball.
Exactly.
You can't do that. No.
So look, so I don't remember what y'all said. Y'all got us beating that spread or not?
If I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet. I wouldn't do the spread. I just take the head up. We gonna win the game. I wouldn't touch that spread.
You take the money line.
I just take the money line. Just give us the win.
Okay, that's interesting. See if I can get y'all back on the side. Okay, that's interesting. I would probably, if I wanted to be greedy, I'd take the spread. But yeah, money line is the easiest. You probably not gonna make too much money from that. But I think we could. I think we should be able to beat them by 4. They was slick with and put it at 4. You know what I mean? They didn't want to put it at, the field goal or whatever.
Yeah.
So they got to win by a touchdown at least. So I think we could do that. I definitely think we can do that. Yeah, AC said Bears cover the 4. I agree with you. Look, y'all fellas got anything else y'all want to cover with the Titans or the Bears or any matchups we looking at for this game? Was Jalen Johnson was Snead and I know y'all probably don't got this off the top of your head, but was Snead ranked higher in like, it's a lot of rankings, ESPN, PFF, all that. Was Snead higher? I feel like Snead was higher than Jalen Johnson in a lot of different rankings. Am I tripping?
I mean, people tend to like give the Chiefs players a lot of like leeway, I feel like, because he was with the Chiefs last year. So I feel like for some reason, like that tends to like being a part of the Chiefs tends to increase your value in some people's eyes.
Playing for the Chiefs, yeah.
Yeah, like saying like one of their worst wide receivers or whatever, like they don't have the best wide receiving core, but people kind of tend to view the Chiefs just being a part of the Chiefs as being like valuable players.
Mm-hmm.
Pistol agree with you. That's interesting. You got something, Al?
No, Devin, he said it pretty much. He hit it. I can't really push back on that. He said what I would say.
All right.
I'm still trying to find Ernest Jones in this list.
I don't even know who that is. I probably should know who that is, but I don't.
No, you don't. He barely has 70 tackles. Barely. I'm at the top 101, 105, and I don't see this guy. They lost they leading linebacker to the Texans, who we play the next week, who we will look into, and I definitely want to look into that. But bro, I don't see a man.
Maybe he's thinking about when he played for the Rams. Maybe
when he played for the Rams. Yeah,
some stats from another team.
No, when he played for the Rams, he had 74 tackles. It was tied for like 33rd at his position. Tied for 33rd.
I actually gotta agree with Pistol on this one though. It does feel like today is Christmas Eve and tomorrow's Christmas because it's that start of the NFL season. Like I know technically it started on Thursday, and yes, I was watching both of those games while I was at work, but like tomorrow is like a whole day of football, and I know you guys are excited to tell us about this too.
Excited. So excited.
Hopefully Keenan score. I'm starting him this week, so I need him to score a touchdown. I think I got DJ Moore in one of my leagues too.
I know a friend of mine was telling me about how he had Saquon, and so he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go and hope that the Eagles do well tonight." And I'm sitting there watching it because like he was working on first shift, and I'm just sitting there watching like my guy is eating well tonight because he had Lamar Jackson who got him a decent number of points, and the other dude had Derrick Henry, which didn't get much at all.
Yeah,
and, I had D-Han. He got 10 points. He definitely could.
Yeah, I saw something like 10 points something or whatever, and it's like he didn't do as great, but and see the thing is like a lot of people were saying with Saquon Barkley that he wasn't going to like do as well because of Hurts' running ability, and Hurts ran a lot last night.
He was trying. They was not letting him go.
But like in the second half, I should say, he ran a lot. Like in the first half, they kind of put a stop to it, but in that second half, he was actually running a lot more than I thought he would, and it still feels like Saquon still got his touches, still got his like what he needed.
Saquon almost had 4 touchdowns yesterday. He was like 1 yard away from getting that fourth one. I know he caught one and ran two. He might have got that fourth one. Like I said, I was playing against him, so I turned the shit off and I was trying to not look at it. But
see that's why I can't play fantasy as much, because I'm always gonna be that type of guy that like I don't want to be like turning off a game that is still going on just because somebody I'm playing against in fantasy is doing real well. Like that was a good game to watch last night, and like I was glad. Like I enjoyed watching it. Just honestly, I enjoyed watching the Chiefs and Ravens game coming down to a toe. Like how you gonna lose by a toe?
Yeah, that Chief game set the record for the most viewed opening game in NFL history. So that was a good game.
I mean,
The
you got
Eagles
two
game.
teams going up against each other that, like, they played each other last year right before the Super Bowl, and both of them are good teams. You're going to draw enough interest, I feel like.
Yeah, and then in the Eagles game, I just really wanted to watch the Packers. I ain't even gonna lie. I wanted to get my eyes on Jordan Love, and honestly, I'm still not impressed by Jordan Love. Like,
I will say
Malafleur,
that last play when he when he got it like halfway down the field almost on that first play when he only had like 15 seconds, I was sitting there like, dang, he about to actually do this, and then the next play he got hurt. So
No, I wasn't.
I was sitting there like that looked like he was gonna do something special, and I was hoping he didn't because
like Jaden Reed was just running wide open a lot, like, and he was
was.
hitting. You know what I mean? He wasn't really. I don't know. I wasn't impressed. He was hitting the open receivers when he should have, and he was missing a lot of throws.
Throwing the ball behind people that was almost picked off. He was bumbly in the pocket a little bit.
Yes,
he was not. Mistake. It wasn't clean. Yeah, I mean he been. I mean, this is 4th year or something, man. He ain't no rookie.
No, I'm just saying he making rookie mistakes.
Oh yeah. No, I'm with you. Right? That's why I said he ain't no excuses. Yeah. But he gonna be out for 3 to 4 weeks. That's fine. But yeah, I found Ernest. He 33rd. Just so you know, TJ is 8th. He's 8th
for tackles.
For tackles, he's 8th by himself. Your guy is tied with 6 people for 33rd. That dude Ernest Jones, the 4th.
Ernest. Dude, I ain't ever heard of that name. Y'all are funny as hell.
He played for the Rams. Now, if you want to do total tackle with it with solos and all of that, I think that brings him up to like 13th. But TJ jumps to 4th, so something like that. Crazy.
Oh, was he comparing him to TJ? TJ is different.
No, I'm comparing him to TJ. I'm saying he ain't that. He ain't that. He 33rd. There's 32 teams, and he tied with 6 other people.
Okay. Well, tomorrow we're gonna have a movie. It's Ernest Scared Stupid. Y'all know that movie?
Yeah.
We're doing tomorrow.
Yep. But I'll be looking for him, man. We'll see. But I'm good, man. Like I said, I just saw the little news. You know, Love's gonna be out for about a month. Just to wrap that up, and we'll see, man. Mm-hmm. Good luck.
All right.
Yeah. One more thing. Hey, I had to throw this out there. I wanted to say nobody said anything about it. Hey, Justin Fields might start. We might get that 4th pick. Who knows if Russell Wilson keeps up this? I'm hurt. I'm not hurt. I'm kind of tight. You know, Sierra got a concert I got to go to. Whatever he got to do, we might get a 4th round pick. You never know. That might be some value in that. So, you know, hopefully, good job there. I'm gonna watch this game too.
And I feel like I'm not following and covering Pittsburgh like I do the Bears, so I don't know. But I just feel like Justin should have been starting from the jump. I feel like that's a loyalty thing they doing with Russell Wilson to begin with. You know what I mean? Trying to show respect to him. But that's just
honestly, I felt like they were trying to do that just so that they don't have to give us the 4th round pick. Like, like loyalty or whatever aside, like I imagine they'd be starting Mason Rudolph before Justin Fields, just to not give the 4th round pick.
Maybe with Russell, they ain't putting Rudolph over Fields though. That Mason,
that's crazy.
Actually, Mason Rudolph is now on the Titans anyway. So
I was going to say, and he played.
Is he with the Titans?
Yeah, that's their backup. So when Levis go down, because Spider-Man blew his back out and destroyed him, and you have to put in Rudolph. We'll see. It'll be good. But I'm good, man. Can't wait to do our first post game. Get some Bears in our life.
Look, it's finally here. It's all real tomorrow. We're gonna see Caleb Williams in a full 4 quarters instead of 2 drives or whatever he was doing in preseason. So look, hey, call it like y'all see it tomorrow. If it look bad, it look bad. If it look good, you know, give them their praise. We gonna see y'all here tomorrow after that game. Be on the lookout for those notifications on. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. Post game shows, pre-game shows. Got the fellas in the building: Devin, Wes, and Al, and myself. Y'all got anything y'all want to say before we log up out of here?
When y'all search, it's one word, no spaces. One word. The Black Bet Podcast. Everybody keeps saying they can't find it. One word.
Everybody
no
tells me
spaces.
that all the time.
Man, we got them.
One word, no spaces, fellas. Al, Devin, any last words?
Bear down.
Finally
Let's
here,
get it.
guys.
Bear down. Claws up. Bear down.
And then we gone. Y'all have a good rest of y'all Saturday. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Yep.